Alright, what's good YouTube? It's Sebastian here, and today I'm going to be reviewing the UCAS 140 watt 3-port wall charger that I picked up recently. I'm going to be evaluating it based on my experiences using it, how it's different from other 140 watt wall chargers, how much it costs, and whether or not I think it's worth it, along with who's the target audience for this. Alright, so it's a standard 140 watt wall charger for, laptops, tablets, phones, and pretty much anything you can think of that can charge through USB Type C. It's got three USB-C ports. It's got the foldable prongs, and it's pretty small and compact for what you do get. Now, the reason that this wall charger is so intriguing to me is because when it comes to the three USB-C ports on here, they are all exactly the same. Most 140 watt wall chargers that have more than one port usually have ports that can do different wattages. Like for example, the Aergiatech 140 watt wall charger that I reviewed a couple months ago, one port does 140 watts at the most, another one can do up to 100, and another one can do up to only 30. But with this, any of the three USB-C ports will give you 140 watts. Now, they won't each give you 140 watts for that 420 blaze it, no. But you can choose any of the three ports. And then when it comes to two ports, it's either 67 watts on two of the ports if you're charging up two laptops, or if you're charging up a laptop and a smaller device, then you could get 100 watts out of one and 30 watts out of another. Now, when you're doing three ports, one port can be 67 watts, another one can be 45, and then the other one is 30, and it can be a combination of the three. It doesn't matter where you plug in. Or you can do up to 45 watts on each of the three ports depending on the device. So, in terms of the charging capabilities and the distribution, it is more flexible compared to other 140 watt wall chargers that I've seen on Amazon and that I've used in the past. So for me, that definitely gives this a leg up. So in terms of the devices that I use this on primarily I use this on my Anker 737 power bank, which could charge at 140 watts. I also charge my iPad Pro with it quite a bit. Sometimes I'll charge up my phone, and then sometimes I'll charge up my MacBook. And in rare instances where I'm playing tabletop mode on my Switch at my desk, then I'll use that. Then I use this to charge up the Switch, and pretty much it can charge anything that I throw at it, and it does it pretty well. Now, in terms of the weight, it's a little bit chunky since it's 140 watts, so there's definitely quite a bit of weight to it. Now, in terms of plugging this into the wall in my house, in my room, when you plug it in at the bottom, in my experience, it holds up just fine. However, if you try to plug it in at the top, at least in my experience, in my room, it will tip over and fall due to its weight, so that is a bit of a con, but when it comes to 140 watt wall chargers, that's not too surprising if you have worn out outlets, so do be mindful of that. But when I plug this in at school, no issues, it fits in there nice and tight, it ain't going nowhere. And for the size of this, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, if I go to the page on Amazon, let me see. I think it's. I'm gonna go. Huh. But yeah, this thing, it's pretty small. I think it's like 2.7 by 2.4 by 1.2 or 3 or something, or whatever it is. But for reference, if you were to take a 61 watt or 67 watt MacBook Pro charger, this is about the same size, if not a little bit shorter. Now it's a little bit wider, but it's not too wide to where if you plug this into a horizontal power strip that it will block outlets. This will not do that. So that is definitely a pro when it comes to that. Plugging it into a horizontal power strip, it will not take up more than one slot. However, on a normal power strip, I would imagine this would take up about two slots, but most people are probably going to plug this into the wall if you were to buy this. Now, in terms of the price, now, and the funny story is, this originally retailed for 70 bucks when I saw this a few weeks ago, but then there's a $20 coupon, or not a $20 coupon, there's a 5% off coupon, but what did it for me was there's a promo code that would slice the price of this in half. So it was already 70 bucks retail, and then there was $20 off, and then there was a 5% off coupon, and then a promo code that made it 50% off. So I got lucky and I only paid about 20 bucks for this. So I got lucky. However, for people that are trying to get it now, you can pick this up for about $32.49, and then there's a little 15% coupon if you're a Prime member. So let me see. Let me see how much that would be if for the people that want to buy this, right now or anytime soon while it's on sale. Let me see. And then of course taxes will affect it depending on where you live. So 32.49, and if we multiply by 0.85 because we're taking out that 15% coupon, you're paying 27.62. So you're paying about 28 bucks for a 140-watt wall charger with 3 ports, which I would still consider a steal, especially because of the versatility of the ports all acting like the same port, and then the size of it with how small it is for all the power that you get. And something that I've noticed that I've talked about in the past is, there's a lot of students at SDSU, and I imagine, community colleges and other universities that carry a lot of devices. You know what I mean? Everyone's got a phone. Everyone's got either a tablet or a laptop. You know what I mean? And for the people that have a phone, tablet, laptop, or maybe some earbuds, a Nintendo Switch, anything you can think of that can charge through USB Type C. A lot of people have a ton of devices like myself, my phone, my iPad, my MacBook, my Nintendo Switch, my power banks, just things of that nature. Me, like a ton of other people, a ton of other students, we have plenty of devices. So for people that have a heavy duty laptop, that can go anywhere here. And then your phone could go somewhere else. Or your tablet. Or all three of those. You can easily charge all three devices at once. Or maybe you and a buddy, you and your partner, you and a girlfriend, just whoever, just you and somebody else can easily charge two laptops on this, which sets this apart from most other wall chargers on the market. So, overall, I'd say this is a pretty solid wall charger. Now, another thing I forgot to mention is, that's a bit of a con, is it does get pretty warm to the touch. Even when I charged my phone and my Switch, I did notice that they get a little bit warm to the touch. So, if you're going to charge a couple laptops on here, do be mindful to check the temperature, but nothing has burned down yet, and I've had it for a couple weeks, so I imagine it's pretty reliable, but do keep in mind that it will get warm just like any other wall charger, especially with how short it is, so do keep that in mind. But overall, I'd say this is a pretty solid wall charger for people that have a high powered laptop along with other devices like their phone or their tablet, earbuds, just things of that nature. Because the thing is, with MacBooks especially, the wall chargers are super long, so they take up a lot of space in your bag, and they only have one port to charge, while this one has three. And like I mentioned earlier, most multi-port 140-watt chargers have different outputs for different ports. But with this one, it can be the same 140-watt output no matter which port you're using. And then, of course, when you're using multiple ports, then the power will be distributed as required. So overall, in my experience, I'd give this one a 9 out of 10, and especially for the price that you'd pay for $32.49 on Amazon, plus the 15% coupon for Prime members out there like myself. If you're looking for the best 140-watt wall charger with three USB Type C ports, then I think this is a pretty good option, and there's not much that I can find that's better than this on the market. So, yeah, that's going to be it for this review of the UCAS 140-watt 3-port Type C charger. I appreciate you guys for tuning in, and I'm going to catch y'all on the next one. Peace.